My name's George Higgins, I'm 17 years old.
I'm Alex Barker, I'm 17.
I'm Danny Barker and I'm 17 also.
It's Georgina Daisy Tofield and I'm 18 years old.
We're twins. Yeah.
Well, non-identical as we put it.
Non-identical twins, yeah.
You're interviewing me to talk about body dysmorphia and eating disorders.
I've been modelling for just under a year.
Well, we were always together, really. Like, we've always been not separate. Like, we've always been together growing up in, school, primary school. We were always
Definitely primary school,
like
infant
we
school,
always
to high school
with each other. But then, like, by the time it got to the end of, secondary school, we kind of like
moved on.
I didn't have many friends, and the ones that I did have, I cherished so much. But most of them were guys because I didn't want to have to deal with the sort of bitchiness of females or surround myself by sort of gorgeous girls because it just made me feel bad. I didn't mean that in a selfish way, it's just if you're constantly surrounded by people who are gorgeous all the time, it felt crap being the fat, ugly one. Sometimes
you get quite intimidated when you look around because you have, I'm not going to lie, there's some really good looking people out there. Yeah. And when you see yourself, you don't have anything great in mind, but it's really a matter of what other people think and what they're looking for at the time. My food issue started pretty much as soon as I left secondary school. Yeah. I was bullied a lot for my weight and things. And even though people didn't always do it directly and stuff, they just made sort of sly comments about my weight. Yeah. And I felt so left out and like the odd one out at school. So after I left, I was determined to be thin and be a completely new image when I started college. I want to be this completely different person. I'm going to be honest, I don't look a lot like other people. I've got facial piercings and I've got darker hair than other people, but it doesn't matter what I think. If I think I'm not going to suit it, it doesn't matter what I think is not important. It's more what they're looking for and what they want. Because it's a very cutthroat industry. If they don't want you, they'll tell you straight away. I
think we looked more like as kids.
Kids, definitely the kids.
We had like, similar hairstyle, style of clothing. I mean, our parents never really like, dressed up in the same clothes. They never believed in that kind of stuff. Like, they tried to make us be different, which I think is great,
I was always the chubby kid. I was always the sort of large one out of my friends. And sort of when we were in sort of year 5 and year 6, when girls start to develop, I was always the sort of really plump one. And when they talked about their weight, they would always be like a stone less than me. I've been asked to lose weight, I've been asked to gain weight for certain shows. Sometimes it does grind you down occasionally and you start to feel bad about yourself, but it's temporary, you get over it. You realise it's just what people want.
When we first started, like primary school, I knew someone, I knew who I could speak to. Homework, stuff like that, even exams, you talk about. I know, but
I think the best part is when
out with it,
you're in a bad situation. When one of us is in a bad situation, I would say we both stick up.
Yeah, we've always stuck up for
situations.
We've always stuck up for each other. Like, if ever someone was upset, if one of us was upset, the other one would be upset, and we've always got each other. Yeah.
It's not a case of whether you feel, it's a case of you have to put yourself out there. Yeah. You can't get something for nothing. You have to actually put some work into it. I'm not saying change yourself, I'm just saying, if you look hard enough, I'm sure there'll be someone looking for someone like you. Whatever your ideal image is in your mind, the chances are you're probably not going to be able to get there, because no matter how much weight you lose, you're always not going to be happy, especially with someone with body dysmorphia and stuff. It's something that you're never going to be happy with. It doesn't matter how much you lose, there's always going to be something that's not quite right. It's always going to be like, oh, I wish my boobs were bigger, I wish my nipples were different, I wish my hips were different or something, I wish I had a bigger bum or a higher bum or something like that. And although you can work on that kind of stuff, there's only so much you can do to sort of make it better. You can't change your physical structure. So you do what makes you happy in the sense of trying and get it to the point where you're happy, but do it the healthy way. And don't jeopardise your health, because so many people die from bulimia and things. And people realise it's always people who are bulimic who have a higher death rate than anorexia. But yeah.